Hello, if you don't know me, my name is Eric Seneschal. I'm a Pulsor practitioner here at Rejuvenate Hope. I got my friend here, Matt, it's going to be receiving his first treatment, Pulsor treatment. Never experienced anything like this, so this is going to be his first time with this. So I'm going to explain to you guys how everything we do here, for some people that are kind of curious, they want to have a treatment but they're not sure about it, and so this way you're going to be able to watch this video and see what the process is, and you can have your mind clear and being able to come and see me for a treatment for your first time and then experience for yourself how good and how much of a big difference it does in your life. So we're going to start with this. So like I said, this is Matt, and he is a massage therapist in the process, almost over. So probably by the time you're going to see this video, he will be a massage therapist. I will put a link here up in the video if you're looking for also a massage therapist for his business. So try to bring some clientele to him. He's a really nice guy. Also a guy that I climb with, so he's pretty nice. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to double check what pulsar he needs. So we're going to start with the level 1, since it's his first time coming here. We don't want to be too aggressive with the treatment. So we got the angels here, and we also had the turquoise pulsar. Oh yeah, it says yes to both of them, but the angels are definitely the one that he's asking for. And as we go, I'm going to explain to him everything what it is, how the pulsar works, and what it does to him. So I'm going to put this here for now. I'm going to be walking around, getting different type of pulsar for that specific treatment. So I'm going to ask you can lay down on your back.
Head this way?
Yeah, head that way. Just put a pillow underneath your knees so it's more comfortable for you.
Thank you.
And I'm going to put a few pulsars underneath your legs here. Perfect. And I'm going to give you those two in your hands. And I'm going to ask you to put them on your back. Put one on your just at the waist and one a little bit higher. Close to your spine, and make sure it's comfortable, that it's not poking the bones or anything.
Should be good. So one's lower back and one's kind of mid back by the spine?
Yeah, one right at the waist and one a little bit higher.
Yeah, it should be good then.
Perfect. And these two is going to stay in your hands. And have some right behind your shoulders. And this one's going to be right underneath your head. Perfect. And now we're going to put the angels on you. And I'm going to explain everything, each pulsar, what they do, what they are. Okay, that's going to stay. Some red. I'm not talking much because I want to make sure that put everything like it's supposed to. So that's going to be your solar plexus, so your rib cage right here. I'm going to attach these ones so they don't fall. And we're kind of lucky today because we got our friend Edward here that is doing the video for me. Thank you, Ed. If you guys are looking to do some videos online for your business or anything like that, contact him. He does an amazing job. See this? I'm going to put one on your forehead.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big one. I put them aside if we can find them. Let's stay there. Perfect. And now, check that if you want that around your head. Do you ask the question? Was already saying yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's behind your ears. There you go. And that's one over here. So as we progress with this video, I'm going to explain everything, what we're doing here. I'm not talking much right now because I'm concentrating, make sure I'm doing everything correctly. Everything positioned where it's supposed to be. This and one over here. Awesome. So far so good?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
No problem. And the magic one. And I should probably press record on this one, eh? All right. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to put some pulsars on myself to protect myself. Since the energy is going to go through me, I don't want to affect my own personal energy as I help you. And there it is. So the first thing we're going to do is, because our body attracts electromagnetic field, one of the things. The second thing is also that we build up some static on ourselves with clothes when we're getting off in the car, all that stuff. So I'm going to release that static from your body. So I'm just going to touch the top of your head and underneath your feet, just to release that with the pulsar, just to release the static. So what we do here, before I explain what the pulsars are that I put on you today, is basically the treatment itself. If you visualize me as a vacuum, so my left hand is the hose for the vacuum, and then we have the pulsar. So I got a 3-in-1 angel pulsar in my hand. So that's like the different adapter you can put on the vacuum. And the spin tester, which is what I showed you earlier, this thing. This is like acting like a motor. So that's what create the suction. And right underneath here, I got a bucket made out of metal, and it's salt water that's inside of it. So that's where all the negative energy goes into that salt water. And I'm going to ask you a question. Not all people can answer that one, so don't be alarmed if you don't know what it means. But if do you know how the low tide and that high tide, what makes them?
I know that has something to do with the phases of the moon.
Yes. Yeah, good job. So the reason why we have low tide and high tide is because the center of gravity from the moon is affecting the salt water that's on Earth. So that's why we have low tide and high tide twice a day. For the center of gravity is pulling that salt water into that direction. So wherever the moon is, that's where the high tide is. So this is the same thing too, because center of gravity affects salt water, but we don't see that with lakes or rivers. It's because it's not salt water. So this is why we use salt water here, so it has that attraction pulling the negative energy, make sure it goes in there and not all over the room. So that's one of the reasons why we do this. Cool. And the pulsar that we've put on you today, like I said, was the level 1. You had some of the pulsars that are level 3. So the one that's on your back, those are delta thunderbolts. That's the name of the pulsar. And basically they work on your neurotransmitters in your body. So you probably know what that is since you're just finished your course. But for the people, the viewers, that don't know what that is. Basically the neurotransmitters inside your body is helping your body to communicate from your brain to all your organs and all that. So when we have too many free radicals in your body from stress, from bad food, from pesticide or preservative, etc., that stops the communication going through your body. So your body does not necessarily know what's going on. So these delta thunderbolts, they act as a booster cable to help the communication between the neurotransmitters in your body. So that's what you have underneath, so it's going to work on your nervous system. And on top you have, they call them the angels. So you had the red, blue, and green. So the green one is the emotional vibration, the blue one is the mental vibration, and the red one is the physical vibration. And by doing them in a pattern of 3, we can create a vortex, a positive or a negative vortex. And that vortex is what works on your aura, that works on your chakras, and it works on your physical body. So we work at all 3 levels. And these angels are the ones that have the most microcrystals in them. So that's why they do the heavy lifting. So if you want to imagine that, even at home, if you imagine like a big, tall glass of empty glass, but a big one, the ones that would put some flowers in there and stuff like that. So if you take that big glass one, emptying it out completely, you can put some big rocks in there and you can fill it up. After that, you can put some smaller rocks in there, and then it's going to go in between the cracks of the big ones. And after that, you can put some sand. Then that's going to be completely filled up. And after that, you can put some water. Then your glass is completely full. So if you imagine your body being that glass, so when all those rocks, all that stuff is all accumulation of electromagnetic field from around the world, from TVs, cell phones, computers, everything is electronic, basically emits EMF. And if you imagine all those rocks that I just told you about being all different type of vibration of EMF that is accumulated in your body, you want to release that because that doesn't resonate with your body well. And that's why we get some different type of disease, different problems, etc., etc. So by emptying that, what we do is as the level 1 pulsar with the angels, we're going to be removing the big rocks with that one. So we pull out all those big rocks out of that big glass that we have. And after we got that, then we can actually start working at a more refined energy with the smaller rocks. So that's when we're going to be starting with the level 2 pulsars. So that's a more refined energy. We work more in the emotional aspect. And that's going to help releasing those type of energy that you have accumulated you don't want to have. And after that, you can go with the sand and the water with the level 3 pulsars. When you start working with the level 3, those are very therapeutic, very, very powerful pulsars. And after you have done all the treatments, basically, you're capable of having your body back to its natural state normally. And that's when we start seeing some different type of healing happening. So the pulsar don't heal anything. We just help the body being able to heal itself. So this is what we're doing today with these angels. Are you feeling some things today so far?
Definitely feeling very calm already, so it's a plus.
There we go. You had a lot of static. Usually it doesn't take this long.
It's probably my hair.
It could be. So technically we didn't start the treatment yet. I'm just taking out the static. Can you move your legs a little bit closer?
Closer like this, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll move those then.
Yeah. Okay. You release, just release tension. There we go. Perfect, thank you. Not too ticklish, I hope.
Not too bad sometimes.
I'll try not to tickle you. So yeah, all those, we usually don't feel the effect of the electromagnetic field on our body, most people. Some people are very, very receptive, such as I. But most of the time we don't see the difference until you receive a treatment and you're like, wow, I feel so much lighter, so much more relaxed, so much more calm. And you're not affected by everything going on in your life as much emotionally. So that's when your body is actually free or freer of electromagnetic field. When we do this, that's why people feel so much better after a treatment, so much more calm. And the effect of the treatment lasts about 3 days usually. So for 3 days, you should see your body being improving as the days goes, and sleeping better and digesting better, and everything starts to be better and better. And at certain circumstance, I have one of my customers actually that came this week, at the beginning of the week. She's starting to notice stuff happening outside, and I don't mean outside of her body, but I mean in her life. Like people around her was reacting differently, things were happening in her life differently, and she was wondering if that's the pulsar that was doing that. And I was explaining to this specific woman that because her personal energy field has changed, it was able to attract lights, right? So she was able to attract those positive vibes because her personal energy has changed. If you stay negative in your life, you're going to attract negative stuff. If you stay positive, you're going to attract positive stuff. And in her case, when she came in for the first time, she was in a very low time of her life. So I was able to change that around, and her whole family, her friends, a lot of stuff around her has completely changed the environment because of her own personal energy has changed. So that's when you start getting much deeper into the pulsar treatments, but it's quite amazing what it can do. Here we go. If you have any question that you want to ask me, don't be shy.
Thank you very much.
And I forgot, actually, one more pulsar I forgot to say. The one that I put around your head. So now we're actually starting the treatment. I'm going to get back to those pulsars after. Oh, I forgot to check your energy chakras before. I completely forgot. I'll show it after. So on your left shoulder, we got 3 main channels of energy. So we got the center, which is with the chakras. A lot of people know that. And then we have the right and left. So it alternates on the body. And the left side is always positive. The right side is always negative. So on your left shoulder, it should be positive. It's turning negative right now. So it's turning counterclockwise. So that's mean your energy right there, there's a blockage there because it's supposed to turning right. So we will fix that in a few minutes.
Okay.
Oh, you're going back. Okay, I'm just going to stop. There you go. Stop moving and let it do its thing. So it's turning counterclockwise right now. So that's mean there's an energy knot right underneath his left shoulder. Technically, it's supposed to be positive. So when you start having energy that's the other way around, like this, it's the same thing as driving on the highway the wrong way. So your body's energy is flowing like an 8 everywhere in your body, and that's how it's supposed to flow. And as soon as there's one, it is completely the other way when it's supposed to be positive on your case, well, everybody should be positive there, and it's negative, it's like driving the wrong way, so your energy is like, oh, it's blocking at that spot. And when you start having those more and more on your body, that's when you start developing some health issues. If it's just spinning slower, which most of the case that's what it is, that's not extreme case, but at the beginning when it's slower, it's just because it's just starting to weaken out, but we can fix that obviously. But when it's turning negative, that's when you start having some issues. And do you have some issues on your left shoulder?
As of recently, some muscle issues. Yes.
Muscle issues? So
what I believe are muscle issues anyway.
Yeah. So when we fix that, we will be able to repair that, and that's going to help your body to be able to heal itself, because the energy flow will be back to what it's supposed to be, and then your body can do what it's designed to do. Because the human body is designed to heal itself. When you cut yourself, your body heals itself on its own. It's the same principle with anything else. You just got to help to do the right thing. So that's what we do. So here on your forehead, 99% of the people, it's always negative there. So we're doing this right now. So like I said earlier, it's acting like a vacuum. So I'm pulling out the negative energy and putting it into the bucket here. And I'll wait in a few minutes. You might be feeling something. Sometime on the forehead, people do feel stuff there. It's more, that's where your third eye is, more receptive. So, and the way that I know that it's finished, that the blockage is completely done, it's the spin tester stops spinning. So I'm forcing it right now to spin negative, to do that, creating that negative, to create that vacuum effect. And when it's over, it's just going to jump all over the place. That's mean the energy need to be released has been released. It's over. So it's back to normal the way it's supposed to be. And as I was saying earlier, the pulsar that I put around your head, those are primordials, and basically level 3 also, and they help to calm the mind down. Very good to help somebody to sleep, to relax, to calm. And it basically brings the energy, your chakras that you put it on, back to its normal state as the first humans that walked the earth way back. So when you do that, when it brings back the energy back to that normal energy field, that was the first human that walked here. There was nothing wrong on earth. There was no anger, there was no bashfulness, there was no stress, there was no all those things. So it brings it back to that first stage. So they're very powerful, very strong. So we got to be careful when we use them, because you don't want to overdo it because they're so strong. But for this specific treatments, they work really well, and a lot of customers love them. And a lot of them do fall asleep with them too. So, have you ever received any energy type of treatment in the past?
Good question. Not specifically designed to be an energy treatment. I do tend to believe that any type of therapy, there is an energy exchange, whether it's taught or not. I'm a big believer in that. And but to answer your question, not specifically any type of energy.
Okay. Because I know there's some people that does Reiki, there's some people that does healing touch. There's all different type of energy treatment that you can receive from different people. But I do treat quite a lot of different therapists that do those type of treatment, and they all said the same thing. They never live anything like this, never experience anything like this. When I do the treatment, I can feel like if you have a balloon and you're taking the air out of the balloon, I can feel something like that, so I know when it's almost over. And for the viewers out there, I get that question quite a lot. People are asking me, where did I learn this? So I've been, this is 2021 right now, and I've been working with Pulsors for over 20 years. And I did not, I only started the business 2 years ago, so this is pretty new as a business, but I've been helping a lot of people, a lot of friends and family mostly. And the person that showed me how to do these treatments, because these are very rare, there's not a school specifically for this, but the gentleman that invented these pulsars is Dr. T.F. Yao, and he's a gentleman that was, he's a chemical electronic engineer that was working for NASA, and he was studying the effect of the EMF on the human body. And with his experiment and all this tests and all these things he was doing, he was trying to learn how to reverse the effect of the EMF on the human body, and that's how he came with these pulsars, producing different frequencies at different for different organs, different type of part of the body that you work with. And Virginia, she's one of his, I call her a disciple of him, because what that guy invented with his pulsars is just amazing. He has passed away now. He passed away, I think it's in 98, if I'm not mistaken. But he kept his legacy out, and the people that he trained personally, which Virginia was one of them, she's the woman that actually helped my mom with her scleroderma and polymyositis. So the disease that she had, the doctor gave her 3 years to live. And mom, she used to be a nurse, so she knew what the medical field could do for her. And in this case, they couldn't do really much except giving her some cortisone. I don't even know what that is in English.
Cortisone.
Say that again?
Cortisone.
So she didn't want to have that because she knows that it burns the nerves inside the body and it's very bad for your health. But it was basically to release the pain as much as possible because it's a very, very painful disease. And my father was doing a lot of research online on the internet and tried to find some different alternative. And he found out about Virginia through a friend. We contacted her, and she flew from Boston down to Grand Falls, where I used to live, and started to give some treatments to my mom. And the science behind all this, and I've done the test myself, which is really kind of neat. I did a blood analysis to myself after a treatment. And the pulsar repair damaged cells in your body. So the science behind it, that's what it does. And so she started to give some treatments to my mom, and I was a young kid at that time, teenager, and I was very attracted to the pulsar. I really liked the pulsars quite a lot. So Virginia started to do a little test with me, giving me pulsars, and asking me, what do I feel? What color do I see? What's the difference between this one and that one? And so we played around with that for a good afternoon while she was doing the treatments to mom. And she turned around to look at my parents. She says, your son is very in tune with those pulsars, so if you want, I can train him. So she started training me at a very young age, and then I was starting to do some treatments to my mom. We started buying pulsars, helping mom. So while she was back in Boston, I was giving treatments to my mom. And as we come back, when she come back after a month, then she showed me some more stuff. So that happened for quite a few years. And right before I started the business, I recontacted again Virginia, and I'm like, all right, I got to start helping more people, not just my friends. I got one of my friends actually really pushed me with this, very, very strongly pushed me, the one that has fibromyalgia, and I was able to release her pain with the pulsar. So that's why she's like, no question, you have to help other people. So anyways, she guided me and she helped me to build a business. And I finished my training with the pulsar to get my certification with Virginia. So through her information with in Boston, etc., all the stuff that she showed me, plus all the extra training she gave me after, started the business and started helping some people. And we're getting some very amazing results with a lot of customers. And people are quite happy about this right now. So it's getting more and more busy. So we're gonna have to think of something in the future to grow the business, because I'm only one person right now, when the time comes. So let me know in the comment, you guys, if you ever received any type of energy treatment. I would be very fascinated to see what's out there, because I've seen some customers showing me different type of treatment that exists, and I'm very open to learn all these type of new alternative that exist now. So please put in the comment section if you had some treatment, what type it was, what did it help you with, and yeah, what kind it is, because I'm very curious to see. Here in New Brunswick, we do have some stuff, but I mean, I know outside of New Brunswick, there's probably more stuff that exists. I know there's a lot of different type with Japanese medicines, different type of stuff they do over there. But definitely will be curious to see how many different type of energy, because that is the new healing that is coming. This is the new stuff happening. And even in Europe, I should check. I'll try to put it down in the not in the comment, but in the lower part of the video. I don't want to do mistakes. I'm not going to say it, but I think I know which one it is, but I'm not 100% sure. That if you do have a open heart surgery over there in that country, you're obligated to receive a energy treatment before the surgery. And the doctor were noticing that they were losing less patients that way, and they were healing much, much quicker, and the operation was going much smoother after doing an energy treatment before the open heart surgery. So it is happening outside. We're getting more and more results like that. So it's getting more known. So I was doing your jaw here, and there was quite a lot here, mostly emotional when it comes to the jaw. Probably all the stress from all the studying you've been going through.
Yeah, actually, and it's funny you mentioned that. In the last 2 years, before I never had any problems with my jaw. In the last, especially the last year, I was becoming quite tense, almost to the point where I was wondering about TMJ and early stages of that. I believe that's got more to do just with the stress and other things like you mentioned.
Do you meditate?
Not in a traditional sense, but I do try to make time to go in the woods or wherever I feel at peace and make fire and just be with myself, and that's a form of meditation to me.
It is, yeah. My wife is the same. Like, I actually meditate laying down on the bed, put pulsars on myself and meditate. But it's not everybody that's capable of doing that. But like anything else, if you're one with nature, which my wife loves to do, she goes where there's a lake or a river and she tries to relax right beside the water. I think water is one of her main elements in her body. And because we all have an attachment to a specific element of the world. So we all know Edouard is earth because he loves caving. And I don't blame him, it's kind of neat, it's fun. So, and I'm air, so I know that for sure. And yeah, so it's definitely a good, any place that you can just be yourself. It's just some type of a meditation for sure. And you always feel better when you go into the forest, right? Your body vibration is in tune with the nature. So the water, the trees, the earth, the sun, those vibrations resonate with the human body. Not cell phones, computers, and electronics. Even though they're fun. But also for you viewers, receiving the treatment will bring you back to your normal state, which is good, but you can also protect yourself. So there's different pulsars that you can purchase to protect yourself from those electromagnetic fields. So after you're balanced, you stay balanced longer. You're not going to be affected as much. So there's pulsar filters that you can put on the fuse panel, which I'm going to put a video right here if you want to know more information about that. And that will protect your whole home electronic stuff. So everything inside the house will not produce EMF, and it will also protect you from outside of your home electromagnetic field from your neighbors. If you have neighbors that have Wi-Fi for their internet, it can protect you from that, all the cell phone towers, etc. So I have a few customers that have allergies to EMF, and that's what they've done. Huge difference in their life. Huge difference. So definitely something to consider. And we also have different pulsar to protect yourself. So you have one, I'll show you on my wrist. So you got the Bracelet Pulser, so that's a full pulsar. So that's one of them that you can have. You can purchase one of those, and especially if you work a lot on computers, definitely I would say a must. And you can also have necklaces with different type of rocks that you can put on. So the different type of stones you're going to be putting on will be to help you with something specific. So if you have high anxiety, I sold a bunch of those, quite a lot of those, especially during this pandemic. But we also have a different type for attracting, I don't want to say soulmates, but love. Doesn't necessarily mean love soulmate, but love good people around you, positive energy people around you. There's some to attract luck. So you can have some good insight and good stuff happening. There's some to protect you from the negative, which is one I have personally, which is black. It's a black onyxy stone, and it's preventing the outside negative energy to affect myself, especially when I work with different customers. Some of them have a big baggage, so I don't want to be affected by that, and still help them. Or you can just purchase them some pulsar itself. So yeah, definitely send this video to some friends that might be interesting. I do a lot of long distance treatment. So I have a whole bunch of customers, well, most of them right now in Seattle, quite a few in Boston, got a couple in Texas, a little bit more than a couple, about 3 or 4 in Texas. So trying to help people all over the world. Oh, I got even one in Singapore. Yeah, that's tricky though. That's 12 hours difference from us. Yeah, I've been giving some treatment to all different type of therapists, doctors, nurses, practitioners, like me. I got 3 naturopath doctors in Seattle. They're the one referring me a lot of customers from there. So, all right. So we just finished the treatment with Matt here. So I didn't want to do the whole video because I don't want to. You guys don't want to watch a video for an hour and a half long. So you see what the principle of this is. And now that we actually have vacuumed the energy everywhere on him, his full natural energy right now is all over the place, which is kind of normal. So now we got to rebring back the flow to its normal rhythm, normal places. So we do the aura bath, as they call it. So I'm going to ask you to stand up in front of me. And I'm going to pass the pulsar. Stand this way. Front. Yeah. Just move a little bit. Okay, just so I can have a place to work around you. So I'm going to pass this pulsar around you. And just to give the flow, so you can just close your eyes, just relax. You might feel that it's pushing you. You might feel something like that, so just make sure for your balance. If ever you're feeling unbalanced, you can put your hands on. Because some people do, when I do this, they feel like there's a pressure pushing them. Okay. But it's just the energy that is working through you. So I'm going to do that, so just relax while I do this. Just give you a few seconds or a few minutes. I'll do that in front, and I'm going to do the same thing in the back, okay? In front of your face. There you go. How does it feel?
Oh, that was very, I could definitely feel a release happening.
You're feeling that?
Yeah, or maybe some straightening things out that, like you said, were a little bit floating around.
Yeah. How was your experience in the overall?
Wonderful.
Did you feel some certain things when I was doing the treatment? Did you feel anything inside your body or some pulling?
Yeah, definitely at different periods, more so than others. I'm not sure if that's typical with most treatments, but even just right at the beginning and even now just with the, did you call it an aura bath?
Aura bath, yeah.
So yeah, you can just
so it's a bath of your aura.
Especially after standing up after the session and everything combined with that. I'm not an overly, I know I keep religion and politics out of any type of treatment setting, but I don't really get too far into that. But as far as energy work goes, I definitely felt some releases, and I feel like sort of something come into you, but also something leaving too, in a way. I don't know if that's the best way I can describe it. So,
it's difficult to explain, right? Why people feel like, I have a lot of customers who are saying the same things, like it's so hard to explain this because there's no words for that kind of thing happening. We're not in our vocabulary that we're used to, right? But yeah, different customers will feel different stuff, and if it's certain spots that are not too aggravated, it goes very well, and people don't feel it. It's when we hit the spots that are very aggravated, that's when people are like, okay, I do feel something going on here, something's definitely happening. But,
sure.
So it's most at the aggravated spots.
Yeah, well, there's definitely a lot of heaviness that we all go through in life, and some of it does stick. There's a lot going on in the world right now, and I really feel that these types of modalities are really important to consider for anyone.
For sure.
There's tissue work, there's chiropractor treatments, but then there's energy treatments, and I think that it's important to look more into these things and see how they can help each other. And
definitely, because the human body is made of so many different things, right? It's not just the physical body, there's also a soul inside, there's also the chakras, there's also the energy field, there's the intellectual part, and there's the body's made of so many different stuff, so you gotta treat every single one of them for whatever the person needs, right?
Yeah, well, I'm really grateful that you asked me. Thank you for contacting me to be part of the...
Of course, thank you for coming here and doing a video with us, so thank you, I appreciate that. And again, we're going to put the information there if you want to have some massage from this gentleman here. Obviously, we can always arrange that, so we'll put a link just on top of the picture so you can see what it is. Thank you so much, you guys. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you in the next video. Don't forget, help your body heal itself. Bye-bye.